All right, I think we're ready to start creating our survey. So the first thing that we're going to do is go to the new survey button and go ahead and click on that. You're going to need a title for your survey, and this has to be kind of descriptive for what your survey is doing. Um, and mine is going to be Stan's Demo Survey. You have two options. One is to do it from scratch, or the second option is to do it from an existing survey. And from your existing survey, you can go ahead and pick a survey that you want to duplicate. And this makes it easy if you have an annual survey that you're running or something that you want to do quarterly. You can just make surveys and just really collect that data. Or if you happen to be you go ahead and create your survey, and then you want to send it to different parts of the country or different parts of the state. This is options. Different parts of the university, each to a separate college. Okay, but the first thing that we're going to do is go ahead and create it from scratch. So once you've done that, then go ahead and save. And this will start you out with your Stan's Demo Survey, which, by the way, you can go ahead and edit, and this will take you into the survey options, and you can make changes to all that. And we'll get back to that later. So we'll go ahead and save that. And as you can see, this is you have a new survey. It's in design mode, Stan's Demo Survey. And what we're going to do is, and I mentioned this before, we're going to spend a lot of time in the design. Click on the insert button to add an item here. So we're going to follow the instructions, and that's what we're going to do. As it mentions, you have 20 different item types, from matrix questions to drop-down lists to open-ended questions to informational text boxes that you're going to have for your survey. And what we're going to do on the first thing is our presentation. So we'll put a presentation heading. You don't have to do that. You can just have a presentation message. Perhaps that's better. And what we're going to do is put in a small message. Okay, so give them some instructions on how they're going to complete the next section, and we'll go ahead and save that. So that's first thing that pops up, and once you've entered that, then you get some more options that you can enter. New page, where you want folks to page through and add it. You would add a number of questions on each page. Maybe you have a page for demographic information and you're collecting that, and then the next page you would have based on your research questions dealing with that, and maybe another page dealing with a different section. So you have the opportunity to do that. If you're dealing with a page, edit the page properties, that you can put in a title. Okay, so put our information deal with my page, and so that would be there. And then I may have another message here, or I may just dive right into the questions. But I'm going to just show you a variety of different questions, and you get kind of the gist of what's going on here. Down at the bottom, you have, as you're moving along, you have the capability to insert a new question or a new part of the page, or you just go to a new page. We're going to work with inserting a new question. So let's go to, let's start with the true and false. So in true and false, you have to enter a question. That's absolutely mandatory. And my question is this a great survey? Question alias. This is used for your reports. Sometimes you may have questions that are paragraphs long, and they're really hard to get a report to format it right. So this is just a shortcut that you would use, and if you don't put anything in, it will give you the question. So I would recommend using an alias. So great survey. And because I do a lot of coding, I get in the habit of trying to tie these things together. Sometimes it makes it easier for sorting later, so I use an underscore instead of a space. Okay. Here you enter subtext, any informational or additional text that you're going to put below the question to kind of clarify what you're looking for, lead them down the path you want to go, and skew your results and all that good stuff. I'm not going to do any, so I'm just going to leave it there. Here's a required box. If you check this box, the question is required to be answered. So maybe it's really needed that you got to fill this question in. Your choice, once again. Default value. You can leave it open, or leave it default. Display type. You have a drop down, which this is a drop down. You have horizontal buttons, so you have a button on the left and a button on the right, or two buttons stacked on top of each other. So I'm going to go with the horizontal radio buttons and save my first question. So as you can see, the buttons are horizontally displayed, left and right. You have the capability of come on. Okay. You have the capability of going in and inserting a new question above this, editing this question, deleting. If you want to copy this question, maybe you have a variety of questions that you're having the same input over and over and over again. You go ahead and set up the first question, copy it, and then you can go in and just keep inserting that copy. And piping and the breaks, that kind of gets into the conditional, where if they answer one question, it sends them to a different direction.